All right. A lot of guys coming in early here. I figured, well, I'll just start it and get it over with. Let's say hi to Heath there at Humanity Junction, Pappy at Trigoglin, John at Schuylkill River Valley, Jerry at Boxcar Jerry, Dwight Curley, how you doing? Good evening, guys. It's clear into April already. Here we are, April, and starting it again. Tonight I'm going to have a guest for a short time when he gets in here. He hasn't made it yet. He told me he might be a little bit late. I got a guest that's going to come in to add their 2 cents to the subject that I want to talk about tonight. So, something that I'm starting to really enjoy, and I hope I can get some input and feedback from you guys. Digger Evans, how you doing, buddy? Good evening. Joe Rader, Black Rock Central, how you doing? Wigwag Workshop, how you doing tonight? Get a few people in here and get the ball on the road. Everybody saying their hellos. Hello, hello. Anyhow, take up some space. I was down with Dave Garlick, my good friend, today, and we were fooling around with his layout some today. And hi, Denise Cross, my sister-in-law. How you doing tonight? Ethan Armitage, how you doing tonight? Anyhow, he's down there, and not that I don't have enough projects to do, but he gave me another project to do. It's a nice, easy one. Which I'll show you guys what I'm going to be doing. He gave me I think 6 of these blue box, brand new, and asked me if I'd put them together for him. You know, ain't them pretty? Get them a little closer there. Lights. They're B&O, and he got there's I think 3 or 4 of these just regular cars, and then there's a dining car and observation car. Yeah, put them together for him, and he's putting together a train here for he's going to be having the local chapter of the NMRA coming over to his house and checking out his layout. And he wants to have, he wants to build a special B&O train to have running around on his layout, a passenger train, which I think is cool. And I said, sure, I could probably put those together. They look pretty simple. Probably put those together in an afternoon, so put them together for him, have them for him. Plus, we have here. I live in Fayette County, Pennsylvania, and we haven't had this for a couple of years now because of the showstopper. And this year, where they're going to revive the train day, which we have a Fayette County Train Day, and they open up people from all over the county, open up their homes and stuff with layouts, and people can come tour it. And it's pretty cool. Dragon Lover 68, how you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. Hillbilly Railroad, how you doing? Good to see you in here. But yeah, so, and the train day is, I believe it's May 14th. May 14th, which is a Saturday. I'll tell you what, it's worth coming to Fayette County to see, because if you go to in Connellsville, Pennsylvania, if you go to the Connellsville Canteen, which is a little museum / restaurant / has an awesome train display in it. Okay. And you start there, and you can get all the information you need, the brochures. It tells you who's all on the list and how to get there. They'll give you street addresses, and you put it into your GPS, and there you are. And there's one guy on the tour that he literally has a train station in his backyard. A train station. And I'm telling you, it's got authentic. It's all the outside he had built. Inside, that's all authentic. He has a teller's booth and the whole schmear in there. The seats, that is all authentic, antique. It's cool. It is so cool. That place, if you go to no other place on the tour, that guy's place is the bomb. I mean, if you like antiques, if you like old railroad memorabilia, he's the man. So, and he's on that tour. They have a couple museums on there that are just, great for local stuff, and then you got the private people that open up their homes, like Mr. Garlic. Mr. Garlic's got a beautiful layout, which is he's still adding on, keeping on going. So, train day. So, all righty. Enough about that. I do think I said put it on here, train day. Yep. Also, we got Strasburg coming up May 20th to the 22nd. It's sneaking up quick. So, hiya, Tom. There's Tom, ATSF Benter Spur and Scaler. How you doing? All right. He was one of the original On Track Tuesday guys. Good to see you in here. Mystic Southern Railway, how you doing? Drink here. My guest hasn't showed up yet. There's Dave from Crooked River and Eastern. How you doing, Dave? Okay. I made myself a note, and I don't know what it means. I have no idea what what I was thinking when I wrote that. So, all right. All good there. Great. And if you guys haven't seen Dave's how his river scene's coming along, wow. That's all I got to say is wow. He's done a great job. It's impressive. So, you hit the like button and felt a shockwave down the back of your heel. Wow. All right. Oh, there's Anthony, George's Sunbelt. How you doing tonight, brother? Oh. Also, I want to give a plug. I really said I wasn't going to do this, but I did it anyhow because I had enough people asking me about it. I have a Teespring store now. Now, whether or not I'm going to try this, okay, whether or not it gets you there might be a whole nother ball game. But we're going to try it here. That should be the click to get you to my merchandise. Okay. And if you don't have that, you can go on to my YouTube page, my homepage, and go to the About section. Down there, you'll see Indian Head Valley Store. You click that, and it'll take you right there, and you can see the few things that I got in there. Designer, I am not. There are a couple t-shirts that are a little different than the other ones. You got to look close. There's a couple t-shirts where you'll have the Indian Head logo in the front, and on the back, you'll have the On Track Tuesday logo. So. Did enough advertising that I hope everybody got it. All right, go back here to comments. CP368, how you doing tonight? There's Rick Bailey, Foltz Bailey Model Railroad. How you doing? So, I think I got all the advertisement and Strasbourg. Keep that in mind. Right now, it's looking kind of bleak for me going. So that, I got to say, I'm sorry, but it's looking kind of bleak for me to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. So about 80% sure I'm not going to make it. So, but my heart is with you. So you definitely want to make it there because it's worth every bit of it. You'll have the time of your life. And there ain't no doubt about it. Yeah, I know Strasbourg shirts look real nice. They look awesome. Nah, my shirts will be okay. They're okay. They're okay for me. Oh, shucks, Wilmer. I know. But, hey, I got some things going on here that's going to probably make some serious changes. And I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. So, before I say anything publicly, but I don't think it's going to work. You never know. I might make a an appearance. Because it's close enough, I could go out there and turn around and come back in a day, so might be an appearance anyhow. Nope, nobody helped me design it. I did it all on my own. So any complaints? I did that on an afternoon because somebody asked me for a t-shirt and my daughter hasn't been able to make me up any. And I just said, you know what? I'll just do a Teespring store. Have at it. I'll maybe get a better design, maybe get her to help me do a better design maybe later on. But for right now, I'm thinking about getting. I like the way the On Track Tuesday one come out on the back. I might. And it says underneath it that I'm the first Tuesday of the month. So you know what month when I'm. What time of the month I show up. It almost sounds nasty. Well, thank you, Pappy. And I lowered the prices too for everybody. I tried to get them to where it'd be a little more reasonable for everybody. I'm not trying to make any money. Any money I make off of it, I'm going to donate it to the On Track Tuesday donation fund. So any profits that I'm not looking to make any money off of these t-shirts or t-shirts and mugs, and there's a glass in there. I'm going to put it toward whatever we decide to donate the money from our On Track Tuesday Teespring store. I'm going to have to throw this on top of it. So just to help it along. Not that it'll, so I don't, whatever it can and whatever it will. Joe said he's going to be there Saturday only. Well, Joe, that might be a possibility. If I can talk my son into maybe just leaving early in the morning, maybe just buzz out for one day, take a train ride, and turn around and come back. I'd really like to go see the train museum too myself. But if I'm out there, that's what I'd really like to see. Yeah, I've heard the first Tuesday since the beginning because nobody else wanted it. Nobody else wanted it. That's why. Nobody wanted to be the first one. So I thought, well, hey, I'll go. I don't care. That's right, Tom. So, yeah, Strasbourg. I had some friends of mine from church. They just went out. Well, it's the last week, and they said they got me something, but they keep forgetting to bring it to church to give it to me. I guess they stayed at the Red Caboose Hotel, and so, all right. Look who showed up here. Let me get him up here.
Hey, what's up?
Robert!
Wilmer!
Alrighty. We were just talking about Strasbourg. That I was telling him there's a pretty good chance that I'm just not going to go. If I do go, it'll be for one day. I'll probably shoot out and just make an appearance.
Hey, John and Connie and Joe. And
oh yeah, the gang's all here.
Yeah,
the gang's all here. All right, so you're wondering why Robert's here. Okay, well, I wanted to hear him squeak some of his
Get that out of the lot.
His phone, make his phone squeak because he's cutting out.
Yeah, how can I do that?
I don't know.
How was I doing that yesterday?
You were chopping out the stuff that's already down. But anyhow, that's okay. No, what my subject tonight, what I'd like to talk about is operations. And I know operations is something that Robert just loves doing. He didn't even finish his layout, and he was over there switching stuff out on his layout. So he really likes layout. And what I'd like Robert to do, if he would, show and explain exactly how he runs his operations. There's so many different ways, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to tell you how we do it at Dave Garlick's, which I know is different than what Robert does. So go ahead, Robert. You tell how you do it.
So I have, of course, you might know this, but I've put all my rolling stock, my locomotives, everything into JMRI, and then JMRI can generate a manifest, of random cars based on parameters that I've set. So I've told it how long the train can be, how many cars can go on a specific siding, all that kind of stuff, and it generates a random manifest based on all of that information. So what I like about doing it that way is being that it's random and it's something that I don't do. It seems like it's being generated from actual companies outside my railroad. So, in a way. And I don't have to decide which cars to pick up or drop off. The program just says, hey, this is what you do. And that's I like doing it that way. It gives me a nice printed manifest to follow. I can, if I have anybody over, same thing. I can hand them a printed manifest, and it tells you which cars to pick up and drop off at which locations.
Right.
So that's just in a nutshell.
Well, the way Mr. Garlick does it, he has little cards that I think he bought them from Micromark. And each card gets another little card put inside of it. And there's a color on the back and also a position, where, and so forth that it goes according to whatever the yard guy decides it's going to go. Me as an operator, I come in, I pick up a pile of cards, get my train. This is my train. Today it's going to be green. I got the green train. Anywhere I go, if there's a green card in the box there at the station, I pick it up. Any green card in my manifest, I guess you would call it, I drop off wherever it says to drop it off at. Now, each place has its positions, which he has clearly marked, and we go that way until your train is complete. You've stopped everywhere. You make sure you stopped everywhere you're supposed to, and picked up whatever. A lot of places you go to, all you're doing is picking up stuff. And then some of the places you drop some stuff off, pick up stuff. Plus, he has rules like you can't have more than 10 cars on your train. Okay, and there's a reason for that, but that's one. If you hit 10 cars, you just take it to the yard and get another train. Another rule, if there's a card or if there's a car already in your spot when you're supposed to drop a car off there, you take the car that's in your spot and take it back to the yard. So you take it with you. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I look forward to it every month. I go once a month down there, do it. I was down there today and was helping them set up some things, and it's a lot of fun.
It is, and just what you described really is just another way of accomplishing the same thing.
Right. Right.
Because That's what happened.
That's what I was trying to get at when I decided to do this subject is um, how many different ways are there? I mean, I know you do it your way through JMRI. Mr. Garlic uses I forget the name of this program, but it ain't JMRI. He said he bought it years ago, and he's trying to teach it to me. I'll get it sooner or later. I'm just a little slow at it, but
yeah, but JMRI or car cards, whatever system you use, that's only two. I guess that's the two main ones: car cards and JMRI.
Right.
But I mean, they're really accomplishing the same thing.
Right. The nice thing about the JMRI is it generates it randomly, so it's not something if you know where everything's going to go and everything, it ain't as fun as if you get the old surprise and you go,
yeah,
yeah, it wants me to get that car all the way up there, and there's 100 cars in front of it,
and that you have to do that a lot of times. So.
Right.
It's and probably every system, just as good as they all have their issues too.
That's true. We run into issues from time. If somebody puts the wrong car in a spot, don't drop off their cards, it messes up the whole. I ain't gonna say it messes up the whole thing, but it does mess things up. But overall, it's not bad.
Yeah. And I think what's JMRI does the same thing. You can put a car in the wrong place or not pick up a car that you're supposed to, and then all of a sudden you're hunting for it on the layout.
Right.
And I know a model railroad club fairly near me that uses that kind of system. And once every 6 months or so, they just have a night where they move everything around because things have been dropped off and picked up from the wrong spots and they're not where they're supposed to be. So you take probably an hour out of the whole evening. Everybody finds cars that are missing and has to move them to the right spots. So.
Yep. So does anybody use anything different than what either me or Robert use that you could bring up? I've been looking. I haven't seen it. Everybody seems to not be commenting at all on this subject. Maybe the question I need to ask is, how many of you guys actually do operations on your layout or at someone else's layout or at a club? How many of you guys actually do that? That's maybe a question I need to ask.
And there's also just the people that do operations, but just go on their railroad and say, "Oh, this time I'm going to pick up that car," without having.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I've been doing on mine, but a little bit I do. Rick Bailey says, "Not me, huh?" Sparky says, "Not yet. He's getting some track work done." And Sparky, I'm sure when you get yours all together, you're going to have an awesome operations setup there. Because you got three levels. I mean, you got a lot to work with. There's Dan's Grand Valley. How you doing tonight? I've seen a couple other guys in here. I think I've seen Artie. Yeah, there's Artie.
Yeah, Happy says Artie? He freestyles it.
He freestyles it. Yeah. Well, he's too busy trying to build it to do the ops, is what Anthony from Georgia Sunbelt says. Well, yeah. Hey, Anthony. Didn't you ever hear us? You got to stop and smell the roses once in a while. take a moment and play with it for a little while. Get it to get some of them nice industries and stuff that you got going on there. Put them to work. Have some fun with it.
Yeah, Artie says that he just had a club that make up a destination for the type of cars without a card system. Yeah.
Well, not everybody has it. Robert doesn't use a card system. Like I said, he prints out a sheet. You get a sheet and you take off with it. I know he kept Jason busy.
That's right.
But he was there visiting them.
Well, it's if you do a local on my layout, it takes about usually an hour and a half to 2 hours to run a local. And so that's about right for when we do our ops. Usually when I get a train, it's usually an hour and a half before I got that train all done. Did my complete thing, and then I take a little break, and then I grab another train usually, and we do. I usually get 2 trains on an ops night. Yep. Yeah, that's about right.
So we have a lot of fun doing it. So we get a lot of laughs. We tease the yard guy and tease the dispatcher. Dave's the dispatcher, so we tease him too when he messes up. We tease the yard guy all the time especially if he messes up. He's pretty good. He don't mess up too often, so when he does, we give it to him really hard.
Now, like I say, dispatch is a thankless job.
Yeah.
If everything goes correctly, nobody cares. If you mess up, then you're going to hear it. So I try to avoid dispatching.
Right. Well, see, that's what Mr. Gurley's trying to teach me to do is a little bit of dispatching, so he can have a break and he can run trains too. Which I don't blame him there. So I told him, I says, yeah, I'll learn it. And if once I get it onto it, did you feel comfortable to leave me, then you can pick up the throttle and go do it yourself too.
And that kind of gets, maybe this is a subject for another time, but that kind of gets into how do you operate your train? Do you have signals, or do you do timetable train order? That kind of stuff. That's
you're getting out of my league.
Yeah. So,
well,
that's another good
signals on his layout. He has signals.
Mm-hmm.
When you got a red light on one of them signals, you need to stop, and as long as everybody obeys them, it usually goes pretty smooth. So.
Yeah. But too, most of you can't, even if you can't operate on your own layout, there's probably clubs in your area that do operations. If you enjoy it or want to learn it, go to a club and do it.
There's one club, that's real close, and they don't do up sessions, and I don't understand why. So, but that's what I've been told. You want to use a fast clock to simulate night. Heath says he wants to use a fast clock to simulate night and day changes with lightning, but he don't think he will follow the time with the ops. It's just more fun.
So just so you can turn your lights on and off, basically.
Right. Lighting, yeah.
And yeah, that's the club I was mentioning earlier. They use a fast clock. So it's, forget what it is. It's like a 3-hour operating session, 6 or 7 hours, something like that on the fast clock. maybe 8 hours. So that's so basically what you've done in HO scale is you've done an 8-hour shift, but you've done it in 3 hours.
Yeah. Hi, Steve Childers. Hi, Jeff, the train enthusiast. Some other guys that I haven't seen. I just seen a couple. Steve, I see Steve Childers made it. Get some highs in there, but yeah, I don't know if I want to. I'm just still getting used to the card system. You want to throw timers in on it now? Yeah, you're getting crazy.
Well, you know where that comes in is that if you need track and time, so if you need to be out on the main line for a certain amount of time while you're doing switching before a local comes through or another train comes through, you've got the dispatcher will say, okay, you've got till 8:05. You know, it might be quarter to 8, but he says you'll have to 8:05. But if it's a fast clock, that's not really 20 minutes. That's only like 12 minutes. So,
where I could see the clock thing coming in.
yeah.
If you were going to run a passenger train, okay, I could see you having to get to each spot in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be very important, I think. And that's something that we don't do is run. We have a passenger train that's in our way all the time.
Yeah. He just runs it around the layout.
Oh yeah. He runs when we're doing operations. He has, I think, usually about 5 or 6 trains running all the time to get in your way and make you stop, and they get right away, so you have to give them right away. It's pretty cool. So, but I like doing that.
Sparky said, just make sure you're late when you're running a passenger train. He must know about Amtrak.
Yeah, they run late quite a bit, do they?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to read some of the comments.
Yeah, me too.
He says he has a lot of half-done projects. Because of what? I don't know. But he's got a lot of half-done projects. Join the crowd.
So Jeff says he thought freight trains have the right of way, and I think that's true in a lot of cases, but not in every case.
Freight trains got right of way over the passenger trains?
Yeah, in some cases, not in every case. But
I guess maybe it depends on what kind of freight they're hauling.
yeah, if it's a hot shot, probably. I know on KCS trains 9 and 10 used to have the right of way. They would, everything had to clear the main line for those 2 trains. So other railroads are the same way.
Okay, Steve Children says Amtrak's supposed to have the right of way.
Really? Okay.
That's what he says.
I know they don't all the time, but I think it has to do also with what if they're on time, things like that, what type of freight it is. It's
Sparky says all freight has priority in Canada.
But if you got a passenger train running 3 hours late, then you got a hot freight coming through. Chances are the passenger train's going to take the siding.
Right. Right. You keep that in mind there now, that Canadians, the freight takes priority Herr Robert.
Hey, it hasn't gone through yet. It hasn't gone through yet. In fact, there were some questions brought up by the Securities and Exchange Commission just the other day. So we'll see.
I had to do that.
Yeah.
I knew Heath would like it.
Yeah.
I knew he'd like it. Even a 12-hour late via has to wait for the freight. Wow. I'd be pretty upset if I had to be somewhere at a certain time.
Well, too, it's a difference when you're talking about Amtrak now, and you're talking about when a railroad ran passenger trains
right
on their line.
Right. And I can maybe understand it in Canada, because Canada freight's, there's some spots up where freight's freight's important everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the places, that's the only way they're going to get their goods.
Yeah.
Up there, there's some remote spots, boy, and that freight got to get there. So I can understand that. I can understand it. Artie says, here all passenger trains have right of way except for the Perth and Darwin line. It works on time slots. If the Indian Pacific or the Gone misses its time slot, it has to follow the freight trains. So, with those type of things, do you add that in on your layout for your peace of mind? But you're going to have a passenger station, so you need a passenger train to be running on there.
No,
right?
The passenger station wasn't in use in '76.
Oh, what am I building this thing for?
Because it was there.
Because it was there, so what for you to look at?
And actually, the freight office was in the passenger station. So. The freight office, and they used it for the piggyback terminals too. So see, there you go.
Okay. And you wonder why the Canadians are coming to try to fix up that railroad.
Man.
Oh. What? Very expensive rail adventure. $13,000 from Toronto to British Columbia.
Hey, Tom, how's it going? Split Rock just joined us.
Yeah, how you doing tonight, Split Rock? $13,000 to go cross country.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That's how much Amtrak would be if it wasn't government subsidized.
What's the big deal? Do they have some lady in a bikini giving you a back rub or what? The whole way. There's got to be something going on there for that much money. I mean, probably some fine dining and stuff like that, and luxury on the way, but $13,000 worth? Wow.
Hi, Derek. Well, Wilmer, I'm going to take off here, sir.
Well, thank you very much for coming in
Unless
and
anybody has any more operations questions.
talking operations with me and
Yeah.
getting things going here.
All right. Well, everybody have a good evening.
Yep, you too.
All right, and we will see you next time. I'll be talking to you, Wilmer.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah, and we'll see you on here, what, in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, yep.
2 weeks.
All right, take it easy.
All righty. See you then, Robert. Bye. All right. What do you think about wheel reports? What's a real wheel report? Enlighten me here, Heath. Driving the TC1 probably costs $100,000 coast to coast. Wow. Do I have a yard on my layout? No, I don't. No, I have a. No, it's not really a yard. I don't have a yard on it. I just don't have the room for it, so I don't have it. So, but there's a over on the it'd be this side right here. Come back in there. There's a right now I'm using it kind of like a yard, but it's going to change drastically after I get a few more structures built. So here's one for you. Let's see, get this one right there. Speaking of operations, the train I chased, instead of pulling into a yard, pulled through, then backed into the runner and parked the train. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. $13,000 Canadian is about $78.50 in US money. Oh, you guys. Oh, so did he specify train or backyard? Actually, I do have a small yard out my back door or out my front door. I'll just look down the road. But on my layout, no, I don't have a train yard. No. Sparky. Oh. Freddie, how you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. And Roy Hardwick, Container Man 68, he's in here now. So, other than that, I think I'd like to go back to talking about Strasbourg again. You guys got to think seriously about going. I know this is like talking with no wind, but I'm telling you, if I'm any way able to go, I will show up. But right now, it's not looking good. So we'll put it that way. I'd really like to take a ride on the train. The open air car sounds great. I think Sparky said you guys were going to do that on Sunday. Was the day that Sparky said. The open air car sounds fun. Depending on what the weather's like. I want to tell you, end of May, it can go either way. It can be very hot or it can be very cold. Pennsylvania, anything can fly in May. So Dwight wants to know how big my layout is, how tall it is. It's I think 48 inches to the top of the foam here from the floor. And it's pretty much a 10 by 10 square, with the center hollowed out of it so that I can get in to work on it. It's basically what it is. Yes, he does. Yeah, I know you have. Sparky has a video up with the days and times. I did see him. I know it was like Saturday. You were doing the meet and greet in the morning, and then I think at lunchtime you guys were taking a ride. Or was that Friday? That was Friday. And then Saturday you was doing 2 different rides. I know the one was the wine and cheese ride in the evening. So the open air car one was one I'd like to try. I ain't never done that yet. So, just because I want to try one of them, where I can stand out there in the open air and make all kind of noises like not bad. Not disturb the people who have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, that's cool. Put that up there for you. There you guys. There you guys go. Sparky, I think you're a moderator. You can put all that stuff up there. Anything you want to post for the meet and greet there, Sparky, you feel free to do it. So he has another one here. Yeah, for t-shirts. Yeah. Again, also for myself, if you're interested in a Indian Head Valley t-shirt, I do have a Teespring store. I have a couple t-shirts, just a couple. Not all of them have it, but some of them have the Indian Head logo in the front and the On Track Tuesday with like this one on the back. There is a couple t-shirts that have that setup. And I think it's the coffee mug has it on one side and then the On Track Tuesday on the other side. And again, all proceeds, any money that I incur off the t-shirts and mugs and stuff, I am going to donate to the charity of the On Track Tuesday gang, whatever they're doing. I'm going to add it to it. So just my little contribution to help out with any kind of charity that we deem to set, which we haven't even talked about it yet. So, but I think a charity is going to be coming up soon. So the BNSF 61111 will, and the 6078 will be there in a couple days. That'd be an interesting ride. It'd be just interesting just to see it come pulling in there and get some good film on that. You think open air is Saturday night? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm with you, Heath. The wine and cheese thing don't thrill me none. I don't drink, and cheese might be cool. Well, thank you, Sparky. Thank you for putting that up for me. So there's your link to the Indian Head Valley store. Not a whole lot in there right now. I'll have to go in there, and like I said, I get a day where my daughter isn't real busy. I'll get her to design some of that stuff because she's a lot better at it. There's rivet counter models of both those units. Randall says, yeah, yeah, $13,000 Canadian. I ain't seen any of the. Now, Scale Trains is now starting to make some of these steam engines. Is that correct? Or you're saying, Randall? I'll have to get me a Scale Trains catalog. I'll have to look it up online and see what all they got. I know since they bought out MTH, they got the molds, okay, for a lot of this stuff. So was Scale Trains bought by Bachman? No. Where'd you come up with that? $13,000 is only as if I won operations too. Oh, you guys and your $13,000. The two things that I really wanted to see at Strasbourg. Well, I wanted to ride the train. Yeah, you can't go to Strasbourg and not ride the train, And I'd like to go into the train museum. I heard that it's really awesome. I'd really like to go in there. I really would. The Choo Choo Barn, I need to stay out of there. I don't have the money for that. Dave, BNSFN Scale, how you doing tonight? Start crazy rumors. Like Scale Trains was bought by Bachman. Bachman wouldn't know how to act with Scale Trains in their lineup. I like Bachman. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with Bachman's. Bachman has their place. And I think they're getting better and better with their detail, especially on their steam engines and stuff like that. Well, guys, let's get to that time of the night. You guys you want to put any videos or list tell about any of the videos you got coming up or streams or whatever you're planning on doing here in the future, train shows in your area, whatever. Promote your channel if you want to right now. As long as you keep it clean, pretty much Kyle Stevens said he just put up a mail call video. Thank you, Jerry. Terry Carr IP. Pappy says tomorrow's video will be train after train from Elkhart, Indiana. There you go. If I'd had time this evening, boy, I came through Connellsville, and boy, I got down there in I go by their yard there. There was all kind of goodies here that have been made some good video. An underwater scene. Since you're getting smashed by rain once again. You guys get monsoons over there, don't you, Artie? CP136 says he's got 146 subs. 2 videos chasing the central of Georgia. That's cool. Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit's coming, and one of the final episodes of Real Railroads tomorrow. Train show hall next week, hopefully. There you go. Randall says as soon as he gets it, watch for a review for the 25th anniversary BNSF ES44 ACS. FP45 and the UP 111 reviews. Cool. So that is a no to my GoPro live streams. What about your GoPro live streams? You're going to quit doing them altogether, huh? I always liked them. New Mexico 769 is getting a $5 million restoration to run again. That sounds cool. Jeff, you got to go down there and get some good film footage on that stuff. They'll let you. You got 2 Athearn Genesis GP7s in Chessie paint. I'll bet they are beautiful. And if they're Athearn Genesis, they got that tsunami sound in them. That's definitely not bad. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it a evening tonight. It's 8 o'clock. You can sneak over and heckle Heath there for a while. He's usually does a video after mine, so a stream after mine. So you can go on over there and heckle him. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And you guys have a really, really great night. And may the good Lord bless you, watch over you, protect you, and guide you in everything that you do. You have a good evening, and I will see you later. God bless. Bye.